Hey guys.
Hello.
How's the 2 weeks been?
Oh, up and down.
All right. Well, hope it goes mostly up from here.
It should. I have a sort of job interview tomorrow or on Monday.
Oh, right on. Good luck.
Technically, it's the third interview for the job. This one they want me to come in and work a day so I can get the feel for the place. But
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
Everything seems to be working. Okay. Cool. No audio issues. Been having tons of audio issues this week.
I'm glad that you're not having audio issues this week, then, or right now. Then there.
There was a minute during like intro when I was just running music where all the audio died for a second for no reason. But then it started working again for no reason. So I'm sure it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The anticipation is killing me.
Yeah.
Sorry for not talking or anything. I'm just eating because I don't want like all those noises coming in.
It's fine. Alright, so Caitlin will be on in just a second.
So I went clothes shopping today. Anybody do anything fun this week?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay.
I went and got about 20 iris bulbs so I can plant them in my garden tomorrow.
Right on.
And tomorrow I'm getting a tattoo afterward.
That's freaking awesome. What are you gonna get?
I am getting my dog's paw print on the top of my foot. I'm getting it like she's stepping on my foot.
I love it.
That's cool.
And my husband's getting it tattooed on the back of his calf, but I think he's just doing an outline. I want all the little prints and dots and things from her paw print because we inked it.
Yeah.
And so.
What kind of dog?
I know. She's a Border Collie Australian Shepherd mix.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've heard they're super smart. Border Collies.
The Australian Shepherds are too. She's actually Border Collie Australian Shepherd Queensland Heeler mix, and the three of them are bred together from the Amish communities up in Kentucky for their intelligence. So, yeah, she's spoiled rotten, but she's super smart. She's my baby. That's my child.
Oh, what's cracking?
Hey, how's it going?
Not much.
If it makes you feel any better, my dog is my child, but she's dumb. She jumped out of a moving vehicle.
Mine did that as a puppy. She thought it would be cool to go visit the world while I was at a stoplight. I understand.
What did you learn from that?
Nothing. She learned nothing other than to give her mother a heart attack.
Just on the side
literally
of the road.
same.
Just on the side of the road having a panic attack.
I did. I had to pull straight across the intersection because I was at a stop sign or stoplight, and right across the intersection on the main road. In the car behind me, the lady got out of the passenger seat and caught her because her leash and everything went out with her. She was about 6 months old. That was a long time ago. She never did it again, though, thankfully. Oh, I don't think I could have managed it. My heart hurt so bad.
Yeah.
My bad for taking so long. I was watching March Madness, and then I had to go out to Walgreens to go grab something and drop off a prescription. Hello, Miss Haley.
Hello.
How you feeling on this Friday night?
Tired. Tomorrow is my last day at my current job, and then I have interviews next week for other jobs.
Oh, why is that, if I may ask?
Not a very good environment, and the bosses don't care about the pets or the clients or the workers, so I'm over it.
Oh, you're a vet. You're a veterinarian.
Vet nurse, but yes.
Well, that's still awesome as hell in my book.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody who helps animals is awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. My cat is 6 months old now, and I saw him down with my sister in Decatur, and he saying she wants to send him back.
Decatur,
no.
Decatur, Georgia.
Decatur, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
That's where the original Chicago Bears started.
Oh, okay. I used to live around the Schaumburg area.
Oh, I know where's that at.
Yeah, years and years ago.
You know they built Portillo's over there now. Another Portillo's.
Man, I miss Portillo's so much. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. Are you still around that area? Is Portillo's still open? And it's been years since I've been to one.
Yeah, I'm still in the area. I live in my apartment. My dorm room apartment is in downtown Chicago.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Portillo's was like my jam. The great thing about Portillo's too is there would always be a line out the door, but they still managed to get you like in and out in 15, 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, it's still like that. It's still like that on a Friday night. Friday, Saturday nights, on Sundays too. It's still like that.
Man, those hot dogs, those the chocolate cake they had was amazing. Everybody flipped out for the chocolate cake.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's probably been 15, maybe longer, 15 years or so since I've been to Portillo's. Since I was a kid, probably.
Nah, Godfather's Pizza. I was thinking about stopping by and getting me a slice of it for tonight's dinner. Then I was like, nah, I'm gonna just go hit my mom's place up and just eat over there at her house.
Yeah, I don't know Godfathers. But I always preferred, and I'm sorry, but I always preferred New York pizza.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
You have no good taste and quality of good Chicago deep dish pizza.
There's a big rivalry there.
But can we both agree Detroit pizza is horrible?
Sure, yeah. I've never had it. I don't think.
Okay, it's the same thing as like how a Chicago in a deep dish is, but it's like in a square, and they put the sauce on top of everything.
Oh, is that like Jets? Jets pizza? I didn't know that was Detroit. Yep. Yeah, I kind of dig Jets deep dish though. Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, sorry. I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, so looked it up. A Detroit style pizza is a rectangle pizza with a thick crust that is crispy and chewy. It is traditionally topped with tomato sauce and Wisconsin brick cheese that goes all over the edges. That sounds pretty dope, actually. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. Get you like a Jets 8-corner.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. I mean, you're gonna have terrible heartburn the next day. Don't get me wrong, but while you're eating it, it's amazing.
You're gonna be like, hey, stop, won't stop. The Lord knows I'm gonna finish.
It's like 2 days worth of meals. Just get one of those things. It goes a long way.
I mean, I don't really eat that much, really.
Yeah, you know.
Oh.
Where did Brandon go?
I don't know. I think he had to deal with something.
I'm here. Yes, I had to deal with something.
I always got to deal with something.
Heck yeah, man.
I finally finished my answer to your question you posted yesterday.
Let's all go read it.
I'm sorry.
I don't care. Whatever.
I literally just went there.
There is a reason that it is all public.
I'm right. It is.
The idea of everyone, please go read this. That's the thing.
Sydney's a bit of a control freak. She has to have her schedules down.
A word, we'll pray for her.
She has her reasons. There's a reason she has to, she feels like she needs to be in control of things.
I thought about showing up in costume today, but then I was like, I mean, I'm just gonna put on a hoodie and some aviators if I do that, so it's not really worth doing.
I mean, it's you do you. I mean, if you want to dress up as your guy, you can totally do that.
Oh, wow.
Looking at you. Looking at you, Lewis.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm imagining that Lewis is already wearing his mankini, and
no.
he is sitting there all oiled up.
Yeah. Like a mesh vest on.
Yeah.
Like a net.
Hurt me, Brandon.
A net
hurt my
vest.
soul. I just got changed into like some jogging pants and a thin black shirt.
Tearaway pants and a thin black shirt. Got it. All right. Yeah.
Oh my!
Waiting for all of his girls to come attack him. It's fine.
Yeah.
All they can reach him.
All those oxygenarians. They're getting on their mobility scooters.
Grabbing their canes. And their best running slippers.
Yeah.
No, I got camouflage slippers on.
You guys want to hear something funny? Something kind of funny?
Yeah.
Yes.
The second half of the episode last week got flagged for shocking content.
What?
Why?
Yeah, no idea. They wouldn't really be specific why, but Google Ads sent me a thing that it said, here's what shocking content is, and they highlighted anything that can phase like homophobia, basically.
Homophobia.
Yeah, I was like, what? I didn't know.
Wait a minute.
I actually appealed it, but I didn't hear back. Who knows how long it could take to. It was probably just auto picked up by their AI or something.
I mean,
Joke.
it could have been someone's lack of love for Boy George.
It could have been. Yeah,
no,
it could have been.
yeah.
Oh,
You guys hurt me. Every time I get into this call, you guys hurt me.
But I just thought that was kind of funny. So, like, if you noticed, I don't know if you guys checked the VODs, but the second part didn't get many views because of that. So,
Well,
Did Sarah die? She usually gets here before.
oh
I
no,
do.
she's a little busy. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm reading through Sydney's thing. So Sydney goes to school. That is good. All right.
Yeah, she's post grad.
Yes. So our intrepid Vince King is one step closer to NPC-dom because unfortunately he's having a toothache,
oh man,
which is causing him to not be able to attend, which is unfortunate. But we are going to carry on. I believe everyone has their character sheet. I think I made those last week. Yes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I gotta pull mine up here.
Yeah, I gotta do the same.
Here we go. I think I got it.
Yeah, that'd be smart if I pulled mine.
I was gonna ask you because I don't know about anybody else. Maybe I did it wrong. I still don't have like a fitness, dodge, status, score, pursuit.
Those you should have if you have the what's it called? Darn it.
Like we did that thing where we divided up our identities percentage. I think that was the last thing.
Yes. The identities percentage. Do you marked your what's it called?
My hardened gauges.
Yes.
Yeah, they were marked. I think we did that when we first talked. We picked
those hardened gauges gives you.
Oh, it gives me the score. So
yeah,
where the X stops. So like I don't know if you're looking at mine, but my fitness would be 50, for example. Dodge
possibly. 30. Yeah, that sounds right. The numbers should equal about 80 when added together.
Oh. Okay, so it's just wherever the last X is, that's what your score is.
Yes, that's your base score. Now, if you have an identity, you can roll that identity instead.
Okay.
What about the parts in the identities where it says, "Of course I can"?
Those are mostly supposed to be so. Of course I can do X, Y, Z. It's you list 3 things that the identity is you think the identity should be able to be used for. It's basically it's something so that we're on the same page about what you feel the identity should contain and should not contain.
Okay.
Like, because someone might say, country girl allows for mudding and shooting guns. And some might say country girl allows for what's it called, being all prim and proper and the belle of the ball and all that sort of thing. And some might say country girl lets you like country music and be sweet and charming, you know. Some might say country girl includes all those three. Some might say country girl lets me tend any animal that I really ever want to, because, you know, but it gives a feel for it. There might be other ones that have a better, more clear delineation of it, like there could be, all right, for example, instead of country girl, let's think about salesman. So one might say, oh, I'm a salesman. Of course I can sell ice to an Eskimo. I'm a salesman. Of course I can talk in circles and confuse people. I'm a salesman. Of course I can get my way in any situation. And that's different than a salesman who's like, I'm a salesman. Of course I can read people and know what they want. I'm a salesman. Of course I can sit down and have a heart-to-heart kind of conversation with someone and really feel like we're connected and we've been friends for a long time. I'm a salesman. Of course I can easily size up the price of anything because I know my numbers. Now, those are two very different salesmen, but they're both salesmen. So that's basically what it is. It's just a, shall we say, shorthand way to basically say, this is what my character is. And this is...
I put, I'm the next school shooter. Of course I can keep calm and reload.
Yeah.
Who man is this?
So are we limited to 3 of these, or are these just things to kind of help us keep in mind how to use our identities?
You could have more, although the idea is come up with those 3. Those 3 will set the tone for everything else.
Okay.
Admittedly, it's, if it doesn't specifically say, of course I can do this thing on the sheet, then it might be within my realm to say that's kind of outside of what this does. You know?
What if it just vaguely applies? Is that okay?
Could you be more specific?
Okay, so I mean, I'm still picking these out, but for example, it on I'm a loser, I put of course I can take a punch, but the feature is it substitutes for dodge. So ideally I'd be dodging the punch, I guess, but
I mean, yeah, sure, we can put that in there for you know, that might make sense. That makes sense, I think. I closed the wrong one. Sydney and Naomi, I'm apparently having a terrible time separating the two of you.
That's what happens when we sort of become besties without meaning to.
Period.
All right. I believe everyone has their little makeups and things, and I did not have I've been a little busy with work, trying to get a working and things, so a job and things. So I was not able to truly denote all the time I needed to on making everything up and as beautiful as it looks. But I think it all still works right now. Right. I'm just going to reload the page. Make that easier. So I have to ask, Kilolo, is that her actual name or is that what she goes by?
That's her birth name. Her mama
Okay.
gave it to her.
I could see it as either one of the two. Like,
She's the
like
ghetto one in the group.
I mean, with a name like that, I mean, you do have a Shanae and a Monique,
Mhm.
but Kilolo, I'm like, is because I just wanted to know what that meant there, because it's perfectly fine. It makes sense either way. I just wanted to know is their name like Kaisha, but she goes by Kilolo because that's just how she rolls.
Yeah. That's Kilolo is what she loves her name. If you call
Yeah.
her Kiki or something, she'll get angry.
That's perfectly fine.
No, listen. I like how they are all pretty like unique names, and then there's Diane at the end.
Diane, she's like the flower of the group.
I mean, Keisha is not that, is a fairly standard name also.
Yeah.
Like, I'd put Keisha and Diane on the same level, but, like, they're definitely different cultures. Like, Diane
Yeah.
is way more Irish and Keisha is way more not Irish. The other ones are definitely someone is trying really hard to be unique. And, I mean, or Monique in some cases. I have a message from someone. Hopefully it is, yes, it is Jack. Yeah, he is out for the day. That is the official word from him.
Okay, well, we'll miss him when we all get together and murder his character.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
That's the plan. That's
fine.
the plan, right, guys?
I mean, if you have to like throw someone to the wolves, I'm not, and he is not like here next week, and you happen to have to throw someone to the wolves, that I'm not gonna stop you. Because at a certain point, it's like, just becomes ridiculous. Anyway, moving on to this thing. It doesn't matter what your name is. Not you guys. You guys matter.
Thanks.
I kind of need some help here. I'm antisocial. Of course I can.
Oh.
Blend into the surroundings. I don't know.
That actually does help, I think.
So
That's what I was gonna say. Blend in or read a room.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go
thank you.
unnoticed.
Yeah. Okay.
I can sit in the corner and be sad. Or I can sit in the corner and be perfectly content. Fuck you all. So it's there.
You're antisocial. You're perfectly happy sitting in a room in silence of other people in silence.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. More than enough ideas. You guys have been awesome. I wish I was as smart as you guys.
Yeah, don't ask me to do my own though.
Literally doing mine right now.
Like, don't ask me to do my own. I can help other people. I don't know how long I was on the call with Brandon not too long ago saying, okay, help me.
It's fine. It comes and it goes. As must everything.
Most of the time, I know what I want, but not how to work.
That's kind of how I am too.
Okay. I think I've got them done.
All right, so everyone should now be able to see other people's characters in the Players tab under Characters.
Oh.
And should also now be able to see their own little thing on there. It does not have a link to the actual player, the actual online sheet there, but it should have a thing for everyone's, shall we say, identities. So, is there anyone
yeah.
here who does not see their character sheet in the side stuff under Players?
Let me check. Are we supposed to like click it? Yeah. Okay, I see everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's you see bio and info, and then attributes and abilities, and you should see that there are 4 identities for each one of you, and on the left side under attributes, there's a name for each one of those identities. Whatever percentage you have in that identity, I'd appreciate you filling that in right now. And then I'd like you to record your various hardened or helpless or isolation, various hardened marks.
How?
Well, all right. So you're looking at the Darren Boudreaux. How do you spell that last name again?
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux. Darren Boudreaux. You see where it says info, bio and info, and then next to it it says attributes and abilities.
Yes, I'm on that tab.
Okay. So putting those in here, and then where it says, I can see you see where you've put the, shall we say, the identity things in there, which
Where it says abilities.
yes, where you put where it says attributes, you've put the name of each one of those things there. So you've got loser at 20.
Oh, okay.
Next school shooter at 20.
Okay.
Now you see where it says helpless hardened.
Yeah, but those scores are wrong.
Yes, I need you to fill them with the correct scores.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And helpless hardened. You were going to say. What about that?
That's where you're just going to put the number of X's you have in that. So you should have somewhere between 1 to 9 X's in helpless hardened.
Okay.
You record that number there.
Awesome. Got it.
All I have is the bio and info.
You should have abilities. Let me look at your character sheet. Oh, it's controllable by the game master. That's why. There you go. Now I've given you access to your character sheet.
So do we put like the percentage in the current or max for like
No.
the attributes? Oh.
For the identities, the things like there, you're just going to leave the max blank and put whatever number value it is, and don't put a percent.
Okay.
So if you have 25%, you put 25
In the current.
Yes.
Okay. So 30.
All right.
Nope.
And we don't have percentages yet for the guru and mentor and all that stuff yet, right? Because we're still filling those out.
Well, that's one thing I am going to pull out there. So Naomi the Bouff. Or D-Bouff.
Naomi with the beef.
Yeah. Sydney in the
Did I lose you guys there for a minute?
Haley doesn't want to come up. That's great.
I went silent for a minute too.
What?
We might have. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I thought I lost internet there for a second.
What?
Mine's been cutting in and out.
All right. Chat, here's my stats. People watching VODs.
Ah, we're already going. I see. Okay, that is fair. Mostly, right now, I'm just trying to make sure everyone has all of their skills down and sort of run through how we're going to be doing the dice rolling in this game for things.
Okay.
So, everyone should have their their macros. So if you want easier of access to the macros for your identities, you can either put them in your macro down below or click to show as token action. So whenever you click on your token, you'll be able to see them.
Okay.
After that, I'm going to move you to another little playboard area. Boop.
Oh, we got another screen.
Yes.
Oh,
This one
wow.
should be a little easier to use for the game and what is going to be needed to be doing. So, can everyone click on their portrait?
I can.
Okay, when you click on your portrait, do you see anything pop up in possibly the left-hand corner of your screen?
No.
I see ability roll and relationship roll.
All right. If you see the ability roll and relationship roll, that's great. That is exactly what I was hoping to look for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have them all because I turned them all on.
All right. So, when you click on your token, you should be able to get ability roll, relationship roll. So, if you're making a roll that's one of your identities, first I'd like you to all go through and roll one of your identities just to make sure that it works.
Is it supposed to show all the identities and ability roll and relationship roll? Just making sure.
I am not certain. 1 second, I'll see. It could be set up if you have it set for token actions.
Yeah.
They'll all appear on that bar. If you have them set in the macro bar, your specific identity macros will appear at the bottom of your screen.
Okay.
All right.
Nope.
All right, so it's looking like your guys' things are good. All of those should be your actual obsessions, right?
Did mine roll?
I'm not seeing it.
Let me try again, I guess.
Sure.
What are you trying to do? Do this thing? Any bonus?
Yeah.
0? There it goes.
Yeah, there you go. Next school shooter.
That still cracks me up.
So that is what we're going to do for an identity roll. Now, the next thing. All right. So whenever I ask you to roll for an identity, you're going to make that roll. When it says, "What are you trying to do?" I would appreciate you type in a little sort of thing about, well, just a little summary of what this thing is that you're actually trying to do. You know, I'm trying to, what's it called? Rob the store, or I'm trying to chase after Thomas, or I'm trying to punch Sally in the face. You know, so it just so looking back at the record, I can say, oh, that's the roll for this. That's the roll for this. You know, if I have to go back and check, I'm not like, the fuck were they rolling for?
Can never mind.
No, if you have a question, you may.
I'm going to see if I can answer it myself. Give me a
Okay,
second.
that's perfectly fine. All right. So, any
My
questions?
computer's fighting me tonight. It's really lagging. So
Any other questions with these things here? All right, so let's say you don't want to. Let's say I ask you to make a roll, and you don't have an identity for it, and thus you have to default to an ability roll. In order to do that, it's a little different. What you're first going to do is you're going to have to select your token. Just sort of go over there and click on it, and at the top it's going to say ability roll. We're going to click ability roll, and then it'll ask what it is. And I'd like everyone to go through making me an ability roll right now. Or I should say, let's make a fitness ability roll for everyone.
Oh, I wasted a 23 on that.
Wow!
To save those low rolls.
I would have fucked my leg again.
Oof.
All right.
Oh, a 9.
9 is a decent number.
A 96 is not so good.
It's not.
Nope.
It's
I'm glad I did that now and not in the game. She'd probably be
So-
like, I'm running these heels.
So what this does, and the reason it works like this, so on your character sheets in this thing, where it says, where you have the X, where you have put in your hardened, what this thing is doing is when you tell it, I'm making this roll, it's checking what that value is, running a math equation to give you your thing there. So that's the reason why you need to keep on this sheet your ratings up to date, because that's what the roller is going to pull from.
Got it. Makes sense. So as we level up and stuff, just make sure we update our stats here.
Yeah, make sure you update the stats here for the roller to work properly. Otherwise, the other option is I'm just going to make a straight up roll system, and every time you roll, you're going to say, oh, I'm rolling for this. You know, the target is this, I'm rolling for this, hit the button, and it goes, you know?
Yeah.
But that also is, the reason I like it putting it this way is because it also lets you very clearly see
Yeah.
when you failed an identity roll. So let's say you're playing all through the game, you're having fun, great, you're making all these rolls, you get to the end, and then you realize, oh shit, I didn't track what I rolled.
Yeah.
Like, what did I fail? Well, now in this game, we have a really good record of what you failed. Or at least might have failed. Because if you roll it up there, it's going to say, oh no, I'm going to flip-flop that. Or, you know, if you roll something and you're re-rolling it or you're flip-flopping it, I'd like you to post it in chat saying, I'm flipping that roll. Simply so that we know, you know, what it is. It's like, I'm flipping that roll because of my passion, my fear passion. I'm flipping this roll because of my noble passion. I'm flipping this roll because it's my obsession. Or I'm re-rolling because this is my noble passion. You know, it's just for the record so that we know. It's not like, oh, he didn't actually fail that roll because he re-rolled it and it's now a success. Or he got a 72, but he flipped it to a 27, which is a success. Or alternatively, you can go, oh, well, I got a 19 on this roll of my identity. I don't care about succeeding. It's my obsession. I'm switching it to a 91. I've just failed. You know, it is completely possible for you to do that.
Okay.
Did I not do a thing? I might not have done a thing.
What thing did you not do?
No.
A secret thing. Yeah.
Secret thing?
Yeah. I'm making a minor change to something.
Oh. God.
Sorry, everyone. But this is also a little bit of stalling. Where I'm stalling for time. Of course, I'm not. I'm actually just trying to make everything sorted away so that we have a more easier thing when we're rolling and playing, so that people aren't, pausing in the middle of the game to go, "Hey, how do I do this?" At least now you have some idea. Now, admittedly, if you guys forget, how the fuck do I do this? I will pause in games and go, "Hey, it's this way." Additionally, for apparently viewers, some things said in this stream may apparently be offensive to some people. This is a horror game, and it is a game that will have some, shall we say, not
Not
happy
safe for
elements.
work.
Yeah, not safe for work, not happy elements, things that might be objectionable.
All the good things.
Yeah,
Let me get it. I got it.
while I care and deeply
For mature
and
adults.
I mean, if it's for mature adults, none of us should be here.
That's true.
If things could come up in this game that could be offensive to some people, I do my absolute best to, as players, I want to talk, this is also directed to you, I'm doing my absolute best for, if there's something in game that is legitimately bothering you, I am fully welcome to pause it, take a step back, and we're going to see what we can do to fix it. All right? However, I cannot do that with the audience. I am going to suggest that you view at your own discretion.
Maybe I should get like a
Yeah.
like one of those screens that says with some narration. I'll put something together that's like view at your own risk or something. Yeah.
No, because admittedly, this game can tackle some very serious things.
Oh,
It can go
certain subjects may be triggering.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
definitely
Oh, yeah.
something to be noted in there.
It can go to very dark places because, hint, these people, they may not be playing the good guys. In fact, they may be playing the bad guys. Literally, like the "Are we the baddies" became the meme of like one of the first groups. One of the first groups I played through this game with. They looked at each other and they're like, "When did we become the bad guys?" And I said, "When you made the character, that's when it happened."
When you made the life choices.
Yeah.
It's
Don't feel like you guys have to hold back or anything either. Yeah, if YouTube can't handle it, that's their problem. I'm not worried about it.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So I try to censor myself because I'm not someone who revels in the discomfort of my players. I believe everyone here should be having a good time. Now, sometimes having a good time might mean I'm going to give you the consequences of your actions, because if we could have a game where everyone runs around, everyone has super awesome powers, you defeat everything in don't even need to make a roll, and it's going to be a shit game. But we might have fun.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
I want us to have fun in a game that might bring you some questions about stuff, and might go, holy shit, because everyone in this game might be a terrible, horrible dickhead, and that includes the players.
Hey, don't call
like,
me
at the end
out
of the
like
day,
that.
Like at the end of the day, we all need Jesus. There we go.
It's the at the end of the day, the best player among us might be Lewis, the male stripper. I mean, he could be. He might be a little homophobic, but we still love him.
Oh
Dude,
no,
man.
we're flagged. Damn it.
Yeah.
Back it up, guys. There goes our YouTube revenue.
I mean, we're gonna make you a better person, okay?
I like how you call it like that.
Yeah, it's fine. And again, I say you chose this.
I chose
You chose this. You were warned this could happen, and you chose this. Anyway, so going on from that, I have Isobel's sheet up. I don't have Haley's sheet up. I have Lewis's sheet up. I don't have Darren's sheet up. I'm going to open Darren's sheet right now, and we're gonna not Karen. Darren.
Oh no!
What the fuck?
I never realized what it rhymed with. Oh,
Yeah, no.
I've made a
You're
huge mistake.
If we ever swap your genders, well, this is Karen.
Karen.
Oh man! I mean, the thought of playing a Karen really makes me happy in some
Oh.
ways.
Oh.
I mean, it might be really fun.
The last game, my next door neighbor thought he was a porch pirate.
Porch pirate.
No. Your next door neighbor wasn't a porch pirate. Your next door neighbor was the busybody lady who would yell at people and proclaim that they were not supposed to be there. The next door lady was that.
I was
So,
with Karen.
all right. Okay. So it looks like some of you guys have your things in here. So the relationships on your guys' sheet that you can see, if you'll notice, it says favorite, status in parentheses, %. So what that means is at the start of character creation, it's assumed you have some history before and that you've been able to build up the relationships you start with so they don't start at 0, because quite literally, your characters had a life before this. So each one of your relationships starts at the percentage based on that level. So if you're protege, you're going to look at your fitness. So Sydney, no crap is her protege. It's fitness %. Well, your fitness is 55, so you have the no crap protege. 55% is its value. Naomi is your responsibility at knowledge %. Your knowledge is 45, so that's at 45. The other ones are blank. That means they're at 0%. Unless you want to right now fill them in.
So I'm looking at relationships, and all I have written in is for favorite, I have no crap, and then for guru, I put Vince ? I don't.
That's perfectly fine.
I don't know what that means.
That means you were thinking possibly Vince in that area, which is fine. Vince's player may be going places. Vince, the character, will be sticking around.
Oh God.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and the rest of them are supposed to be blank, right? That's what you said.
If you don't have a name in that thing to be that person, it's 0%. But if you're starting with a relationship, it gets a jump start based on the what's called the stat that it starts with.
So I forget, what are the shock gauges for these?
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Sure. What do you mean? What are the shock gauges for these?
Well, because you said for like guru or something, your fitness was X% and your responsibility or whatever.
So the guru is notice. Favorite is status. Mentor is connect. Responsibility is knowledge. Protege is fitness.
if we wanted to fill in the other ones that we hadn't talked about to be in there, what is the benefit or detriment to fill them in?
So here is the benefit or detriment. Right now, at character creation, if you fill it in, you get a boost to that percentage. If later on you decide, you know, I'm not liking this person so much. Maybe they aren't my guru. If it's in the first couple sessions, I might let you drop it out there and have no problems, or I might let you swap it out with someone else. But the thing is, these are people who matter to you. Whether or not they give a damn about you is not necessarily represented by them being on your sheet. These are people that you in some way care about, and you view them in this way.
And they can be NPC or PC.
Yeah, NPC or PC. Now, what's going to happen is in this game, you can use those percentages of those relationships to make rolls against those specific people. So let's say you're really, really shitty at talking to people. You've got a connect of 20%, possibly because you're so fucking hardened in violence that, like, it's hard for you to connect with someone else. But you've got your favorite person, and you've got your girlfriend, your favorite person in the world. Now, if you've got a good relationship with that person at 50%, you know how to talk to that person, even if you're everyone else. You're like, no, it's fucking terrible, you know. Also, it goes for if you might not be a very good fighter because you've not gotten into a lot of fights, and so you lack the commitment to really follow through and do it. But when you're punching your best friend, you're punching him hard because you're remembering all the times he's fucked you over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just walking to hear that.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is, you can also lean on these things. So, you can go up and say, I've got a 50% relationship with Haley. I want to try to extort Haley based on our friendship to get her to do something for me. So you go, hey, Haley, I need you to plant a bomb in his desk. And you make the roll. And you get to go, and Haley goes, well, I don't want to do that. And you look at her and go, I mean, if you are my friend, do you do that for me? And your roll will determine whether or not she feels guilty enough to possibly go do it, and whether or not she's taking stress checks about this. But either way, you relying on it in that way is going to knock 5 points off of your friendship. So
relying on it in a negative way removes the percentage.
Yeah, like it's kind of like if I was trying to manipulate you into like doing something, you'd probably start thinking less of me and less of me and less of me and things. It's also if it can happen even if you just do something to piss them off. Like, you know, they ask you to do something and you say, no, I'm not doing it. Well, you might lose percentage with them, or they might lose percentage with you because you aren't there for them. Admittedly, once this reaches 0%, the friendship's over. Or at least your side of it is. And that can be a very jarring thing. You're going to take some isolation stress. And you're going to have to defend against that. Because, well, you've just realized that the person that you thought was your mentor or guru or friend is actually a psychopathic murderer. And they're not the same person you thought they were. And so that makes you feel, you know, lonely or disconnected from people. Usually. There,
And then
I've heard some people say it doesn't usually do that. I shouldn't take the stress check, and I just want to look at them and go, okay.
Damn, I call somebody out.
as we play it, we can potentially gain mentors and gurus and favorites, and then we will start earning percentages of those,
Yeah.
right?
When you choose it, you put someone in, and I believe it starts at either 15 or 5%. I don't know it off the top of my head. I want to say 5, but that sounds ridiculous.
I can't put 1 on my sheet. It's not letting me.
It's not letting you. What do you mean it's not letting you?
It told me I gotta ask. Is that me? Is that view only? And I sent you the request edit exists.
For the ones we're picking now, the percentage starts at, like for Guru, it starts at what our notice is. So, is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you have a guru, you'd put it in at notice percent.
Okay.
So if whatever your notice is, that's what it would start right now. If you have someone who is your guru. You sent me an email, Sky.
Yeah.
What is
Just
this
sent
world
it.
coming to?
All right.
Wow, man.
FYI, Sarah, welcome.
Hello.
As you can see, you have missed nothing.
Oh.
She goes, oh.
No, I said, uh-oh.
All right. That is a different email, I think.
Seems like a lot of rolls. Did I actually miss nothing?
Yes, that was me familiarizing everyone with making rolls.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, please make this roll, so I know that you are doing things, and that's what happened. So haven't even started yet. It was just me explaining how we're going to do rolls, how we're going to do stuff like that, and now I'm going to put the page break in. Oh, you did miss one thing. Apparently, we're too hot for Google. So,
yeah.
who'd know? Anyway. So, with that, give me 1 second and I will make sure we're started here.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Well, guys, while they're gone, while they're gone, let's talk about them.
Sluts.
I mean, it's not like they're ever going to see this thing that's recorded that they can look at for any time. No. Please gossip, yes.
That's what makes it interesting.
That's my whole character.
That is true.
So, do any of you guys, are you guys just using each other as mentors, or are your mentors just part of your character backstory and stuff?
So for on my character sheet, I have No Crap as a guru and Sydney as a mentor, because like she's like a quote unquote like older sister kind of like a figure in Naomi's life, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why. So like it's kind of like she's not like a teacher or anything, but like since she's like that older sister kind of figure, she like Naomi kind of views her as like a little mentor. Plus, she's good at collecting information, which Naomi wants to learn.
I don't have anybody as a mentor, and I've listed Sydney's grandmother as her guru. I also don't have anybody in favorite.
Yeah, no, I don't have anyone in favorite, responsibility, or protege.
I've got no crap in favorite, and yeah, Vincent Guru, and I'm just not sure it makes sense, really.
I think he talked about you using no crap as favorite just because it was your favorite place to be.
Oh, okay.
Since that was more of it than the people, since you were talking about possibly like required classes or anything like that. Since it is the community center is where that's worked with, or since you're something like that.
I mean, you're antisocial and you're willingly hanging out with these people. I would say, out of all the terrible people in the world, these people seem to be your favorite.
Yeah. Well, like I was feeling like I was doing something wrong because I don't have a mentor responsibility or protege, but it sounds like that's okay.
Neither do I. You know, I mean, I have some of those, but I only have 2 things filled, and that's pretty normal. Like at the beginning of the game, because you're gonna meet people as the game goes on, and you may or may not slowly fill up those roles. You know.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, I'm gonna give this a bit of a test. Hopefully it works. Because the other thing is, I normally try to play some music for this to set the mood for a lot of my games.
Oh.
Normally it's stuff that I do, so I don't want to. I suppose if we just set it in there, that will be fine. I'm gonna close this down. I probably am going to be purchasing some of the other stuff for it, but let's see what we can do. All right, so I have speed, I have music, I have rhythm. All right, so everyone here? Everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Naomi here.
Yup.
Lewis here.
Oh,
He has been apparently mauled to death by his adoring fans. It's tragic, but he was warned. All right, so let me pull it up. Pull this up here. March 21st, I believe. 2020. I'll check that in 1 second. No, it would have had to been the 24th. Oh no, it's the 25th. All right.
I don't know what that means.
It means I almost brought us back in time, but I'm not going to do that.
Lucky us. I guess.
Very lucky you. Things could have gone really horribly if I'd taken you back in time. I didn't even have to open that other thing. Oh. You know, I go, the answer is in this other game. Let me open that up. And then I turn to another page and go, no, the answer is still right here. I'm just an idiot. All right. New Orleans Community Restoration. So we have here. You have the New Orleans. There. So, starting us off. Alright, so it's the early mornings of March 25th. And Sydney is getting up to start her day. It's a very regimented day. She's got it all planned out. As she says, she's not much of a morning person, but the early bird does catch the worm. Over in another part of town, one of her younger friends, Naomi, would be getting ready for school at this time, but with everything else closed down, there's not much else for her to do. The city has been rocked by several occurrences lately, what with all the, riots and violence that came from the voice messages at the beginning of the year. now this lockdown, which put more stress on it, but one thing can be sure, it's only for a few months, and then everything's going to get back to normal. Not that normal is the best for everyone, or even that everyone is all too affected by it. Such as Darren in his cheap little apartment, who now has all the time he needs to go out and try to sell dope to people, and otherwise avoid social obligations. He pretty much prefers to keep to himself. Of course, he does have that community service project that he's going to need to tend to, whatever he chooses. Isobel and Haley have been through quite a lot. They spent a whole lot of time working on a project, and it's kind of felt like it just drifted through their fingers when, well, one of their friends said he's had enough, and he's headed back to California. After all, there's not much place for him here with the school shut down. They did what they could, but their little radio station on a ship that never really got off the ground is a lot less homey now than it was when Jake was here. Lewis is having a bit of a crisis, of course. I mean, what else do you do when you're a male stripper who's also a rapper, who's also a pre-med student? Lewis is getting up to start his day. He sings a little of the Mr. Rogers melody as he gets himself ready to go. It's a little odd, seeing as Mr. Rogers would normally be doing it by hanging up a sweater and taking off his shoes, and Lewis is doing it by primping and preening for his adoring octogenarian audience. All in all, it's quite a calm day in New Orleans, especially since several buildings exploded a day ago. And everyone's still kind of reeling. Everyone needs to keep inside and stay put. It doesn't matter that a home and 2 businesses and an apartment were basically firebombed. Everyone's still looking into that. Maybe you guys feel it. A change on the wind. Something happening. Something that's leading you to a place. And that's where we're going to cut in. Would someone like to cut in and describe a little more in detail what they're doing in this early morning of March 25th? Or does anyone have any questions?
I mean, I'll do something.
Sure.
Darren wakes up in his bed, probably face red and splotchy, sweaty, and there's just trash and junk on the bed next to him. He wipes his hands across his face and stands up and probably stumbles to a sink to wash his face off. Maybe get a look at himself in the mirror, covered with grime and dust and dirt. Maybe gags a few times before managing to hold it down. And then just takes a look around his crummy apartment, sees the stain in the ceiling, the trash everywhere, beer cans and alcohol bottles, and then he just has a blank stare on his face. I think he's probably just still wearing what he was wearing yesterday, and smells himself before shrugging and walking out the door.
What is it that he really wants?
I don't think he knows. I think he just knows he's missing something.
How does he know he's missing something? Is it a feeling he has in the pit of his stomach?
Yeah,
Is
probably.
it-
It's probably a sinking feeling he's had his whole life, I would think.
Trying to find a place where he belongs.
Yeah, he's
Feels-
never fit in anywhere. Not at school, not after high school and college, not at every crappy job he's ever had. Yeah.
I'm guessing those crappy jobs didn't last very long. I have a feeling that the bosses tended to remind you of your dad. I'm guessing.
Yeah. He doesn't deal with authority well. He doesn't play well with others, so almost certainly most of the time he gets himself fired for mouthing off or just getting angry and not being able to deal with the... Doesn't like being told what to do, doesn't show up on time. When he does show up on time, he's probably a bit hungover looking and sick. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else would like to talk about what a normal day in the life of their character is in this morning?
Well, opposite to Darren, Naomi wakes up and not in a sweat. She wakes up normally in a nice clean bedroom that's pretty big for a high schooler. And she gets up, immediately looks to her phone to check her texts and emails in case she's gotten any new gossip on it in Word. And then she's going to immediately go to her bathroom that she has in her room and freshen up, brush her teeth, comb her hair to when she feels is perfect, and then go to her walk-in closet and spend an hour, maybe 2 hours trying to find a good outfit, and then another 30 minutes deciding between two outfits which one she should wear. And after that, she's going to go to her little makeup area, and she's going to put on light makeup before going downstairs and talking to her parents, all while, checking her phone, making sure she stays updated with her friends, what they did last night, what they learned. And when she's done having breakfast with her family, she's gonna go out on the town.
I mean, out on the town. I mean, town's closed.
Well, out in the town to like her friend's house.
I mean, isn't she supposed to be sheltering in place? Staying put?
She has her mask. She's just going to say hello to a friend. And if anyone
Oh, so she's using a mask. She's very, ahead of the curve. Masks were not out there until a few days. She's an early adopter. All right.
any sign of like a virus coming around, and her body's a temple. She needs to be up pristine condition.
She is a hypochondriac. Oh, and
Oh,
so
I love it.
your body's a temple. So what do you put into your body?
Good shit.
Good shit.
I love it so much.
You may have just said a magic word, or several magic words. Anyway, so when you say you're going out to be with your friends, who are these friends?
They're just her like best friends, her squad. They're the ones that keep her updated because she can't be everywhere at once. So her friends are, they all live in different parts of the town, so they all learn different things, and then they all come together and tell her. And she leads them. And they come from a wide variety of lifestyles. Some of them are ghetto, some of them are plain, flour, spice, boring. Diane. But they don't stay together long just because of, the mandate. It might be like a quick update, hi, hello. And then, oh, what'd you learn? This and that. This gets in more detail that they really can't do texting. Like, oh, I have to tell you face to face. And then, go their separate ways, go back to their house.
All right, that's fair. Who would like to go next?
Right, I guess. Sorry.
All right, Lewis.
Yeah.
Floor.
The morning for me, so more likely, I have boxes I still gotta unpack, and I got books from classes I just got scattered around. Like one book that's reaching down the rabbit hole, human brains.
Wait, you have human brains in your apartment.
Oh, not human brain. It's the book called Oh, okay. So the book is called "Reaching Down the Rabbit Hole: The Experience Journey into the Human Brain."
Oh, okay. You have textbooks on the human brain. You don't actually have human brains. Good.
Yes,
all right.
I don't. Got another book that says mistakes were made, but not by me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that book is wrong, sir. Anyway.
How wrong are we talking about?
Very.
Yeah. So he'll more likely, get up, go hit the shower. After his shower, put on some good clothes, not sure for clothes. I'm gonna look at his phone and grab his speaker and probably play some music while he finished unpacking before he got to go get ready for school.
School's closed.
Okay, well, he's gonna just keep unpacking then.
All right.
He hit the grocery store also. Just stock up on some food.
So we've done Naomi, we've done Darren, we've done Lewis, Haley, Isabel. What about you two?
Haley would wake up around like 6 or 7 a.m. Because she's used to getting up for school, so now she's kind of trained to it. She would get up, go throw some, I don't know, her usual, her blue jeans, a t-shirt, all that. And she would just go out into her living room, turn on the news, go to her bathroom, and, freshen up a little bit, get her hair brushed, teeth brushed. She don't wear makeup, a lot. if she does, I figured Isobel might be all like, "Hey, let me do it for you," and I'm just like, okay. But then she likes to keep up on tabs on the news now, especially with all the, violence and riots, and especially on the on the conviction.
Your upcoming
that-
trial?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're tuning into the news, and as you can see, there is a report on. It just so happens it's coming on right now. Actually, sorry, putting that there. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so and it's like, all right, in the upcoming case of Douglas York, better known as the Baton Rouge Butcher, his because of the current pandemic, the trial has been delayed. This has caused mass outrage from various victim rights groups, crying for justice in the man accused of the rape and murder of several young women in the New Orleans and Baton Rouge area. Mr. York was, according to police statements, Mr. York had several of them tied up in shipping containers on his property, and the remains of at least a dozen other other bodies has been exhumed so far. However, the police are still investigating. How does that make you feel, Haley?
Does it state whether or not they are releasing him or are keeping him inside the jail cell?
It doesn't say that yet.
She doesn't really know how she feels. She feels like the justice system will pull through for her. But at the same time, she is taking precautions. She's keeping the doors locked, windows locked, window shades drawn at night, locking her own bedroom door. I don't know if Isabel's doing that stuff, but that's what she's doing because she's scared. You said that he was gonna come after her if he ever gets out, so this is a problem.
Yeah, so Isobel, I'm assuming, waking up after Haley.
Probably hours later.
Hours later. I mean, you can probably hear the TV going on when you're doing it as you finally get out there and catching the tail end of that, and you definitely are going to find Haley still listening to that stuff. What are you going to do?
She probably comes out of her room in an oversized t-shirt and nothing else really. Her hair all a rat's nest, and goes and gets coffee, and then she'll look at Haley's face and probably say something dumb like, "Do you think we should buy a security system? Would it make you feel better?"
I don't know if our landlord would allow that, but we should be okay with your trusty handgun you have there.
Well, I mean, I guess now that I'm home more, but it's whatever makes you feel better. And she'd probably flop on the couch and cuddle up a little bit. Can we watch something more cheerful?
She would hand you the remote and then start making breakfast.
Coverage about the explosions. Coverage about the riots. Cartoons. All right, cartoons it is. So, as you're there and you're doing those things, What does Haley want?
To not die? Like, that's
Just-
seriously her thought process right now.
She just wants to not die. All right. What about
I mean-
Isabel?
She wants answers about some of the crazy shit that's been happening to her lately,
That's fair.
and for life to get fun again, because it's not right now.
Yeah.
I
no,
do
it's-
have a couple of questions real quick before you move on to someone else.
Sure.
One, after the explosions happen, is Sky still around? Or did he leave?
Depends on what you mean by around.
She's still in town.
Like, visiting with us still, or...
I mean, you just saw him yesterday.
Okay. And then my next question. Is Haley still having nightmares now that she is back at her apartment, or their apartment?
You didn't have one last night. So maybe it's all over. Maybe that's done. Maybe you don't have to worry about that anymore. Just sit on that rug. I'm not going to pull it out from under you at any point. Alright. So, I believe I asked Darren what he wanted. And I believe I asked Naomi what she wanted. Did I?
I'm not sure if you asked me what I wanted.
Sure. What would Naomi want?
Like, currently,
Yeah.
a nice French beignet surrounded by her friends. You know, just chilling. And
French degree.
because since the whole town is closed, she just wishes that the town wasn't closed.
Looking for something to do.
Yeah.
I hear ya. What about you, Lewis?
Oh no. Yes, they're moving down here. I'll try to put the word out for what he do. We try to write some lyrics.
Put the word out about what he do. What do you mean by that?
Oh well, and rapping and being a male stripper.
Those seems like two things you don't want to package together. But if you want to do it, it's
I meant like, okay, let me rephrase that.
yeah.
Right. One gonna go with being a male stripper. He gonna put the word out. Hey, anybody looking for partying tonight? Who knows? Bachelorette party.
Roll me male stripper.
Fuck.
Damn.
You Jesus.
3. Yeah. I mean, you've got a gig. It's only a 3, so It's not the best gig.
He takes what he gets.
All right, so Granny will see you at the old folks' home.
Sorry, what?
You just said you take what you get.
Yeah. And I told
Ah,
you
shit.
it's a 3. 3 is the second lowest roll you can get. It's a success. You found a gig. It's not a good one.
He gets what he gets.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna pay you a lot of money. Because these old ladies, I mean, they know. They have just expendable income. They're on retirement. I'm not gonna live for the next 20 years. Here's $1,000.
Oh my god. Just get his clothes ready. Just like another day, another dollar.
That's later in that evening, though. What does he want, really? So this is what he wants to get the word out there, to be doing it? This is what Lewis wants? Or does he want something else?
He's just doing it under a fake name and show his picture.
You're doing it under a fake name and don't show your picture? What?
Is it just like an outline, like a silhouette for the image? But you can see that there's a very big, like a Magic Mike or whatever.
Yeah. Magic Mike.
Yeah, no, it's good money, particularly since quarantine and all that. Anyway. So that moves us on to Sydney. Sydney, not a morning person, Sydney McDonall.
Yes.
So what are you like this morning? Somewhat lazy, stressful morning.
I missed kind of your introduction. So what is going on in the world? Is it a weekend? Is it a weekday?
It is March 25th of 2020, which would have been, 1 second. The 25th of March is a Wednesday.
In lockdown.
In lockdown. The lockdown began a couple days ago.
So Sydney wouldn't be in school because they would have gotten rid of that.
Oh yeah, no, school is shut down.
She would be working from home.
Mhm.
So she would have gotten up like normal, gone safely out on a hiking trail or path and place that she could go that was available to go away from people. If nothing was open in the area for her to go to before it was raining, then she would have done like an in-home yoga video and goes through her normal routine, works out, comes home, gets ready as if she's going to work, and then starts work, paperwork or anything like that, to catch up on if has she been assigned this assignment yet?
Up to you. Has she been assigned this assignment and she's just now getting started on it? What do you see? Is this something brand new, or in the next scene that I'm about to do with you, do you want her to be assigned to it right then? What do you feel about how you want to play this character?
Okay, I don't think she's been assigned to it yet. I think she's been working towards trying to get her own assignment.
All right.
But at this point, she is finishing up scheduling and other things, finishing up contacting people that need to be contacted for another person that was asking for extra help.
Sure. So, you are there, you're out for your morning run, you've gotten a few dirty looks at people who are kind of like, shouldn't you be inside? There may have been one woman with a really yappy dog who yelled at you.
She has a mask on, of course.
Oh, no, so you're another person who's way into the masks. That's,
Well, if there's the point where they're wanting to lock everybody down and they're pushing the masks, she would have just.
They're
gone
not
ahead
pushing
and said,
masks
yeah.
yet. They're not pushing masks yet. This is a thing. This is before mask up was a thing. It was just, stay home.
If it's just stay home, she would have just avoided everybody, kept the 6 foot distance, and not had the mask on them.
Okay, so you do still get yelled at by a woman with a very yappy dog about how you're killing grandma and all sorts of other things. Meanwhile, someone else has made a thing to go see grandma. All right, we're gonna there. And so as you're there, as you're getting done to sort of this in the middle of this argument with this woman and her very, very yappy dog, you get a call on your cell phone.
Okay. Hello, Sydney McDonall.
McDonall, where are you?
She'd find the nearest street sign and rattle off.
Why aren't you at home? We've been calling your house.
Because it's 6:15.
Yeah, you're late.
For what?
A meeting. Didn't you get the memo?
And she's gonna go into panic mode.
This is Bennett Bryce. This is your supervisor here. He's the guy who works on this team, sort of overseeing everyone. He's the person who, is someone who would assign you work at the Bellwether Group. Bennett Bryce is currently handling your division. He's not there's a big campaign going on to elect a local pastor to be actually an elected justice of the peace or possibly something else. That most everyone who's really important has been sidelined onto. Is this something that Sydney would have wanted to be on? And if so, why isn't she?
A local pastor is trying to run for a public office, and the people in the Bellwether Group are trying to get him elected.
The second part of that sentence is true. The first part might be half true.
Okay. So the Bellwether Group is trying to get this pastor elected. Whether or not he actually wants to be elected is a whole other story.
Yes. He may be a little ambivalent about it, but he is currently working as a justice of the peace because he was an emergency replacement for one of the justices that, shall we say, when the whole child porn allegations came out, put a shotgun in his mouth. And, the child porn allegations, which mostly now have been said were frivolous and were a bunch of scaremongering cooked up by the voice of the people who had literally zero evidence, but caused people to panic. The voice of then causing very polarized opinions on the voice of the people.
The platform he's running on, would it be something that she is agreeing with, or she would normally agree with?
They're trying to sell him as a sort of a return to safety and normalcy candidate. Like he's the local pastor here. He served the church and his community for years, and he's an all-round swell guy. Goes by the name Father Thomas, although his real name is John Michael Smith.
What is it? Does Sydney know him since she's a local?
Are you Catholic?
Her grandmother is.
Her grandmother is. Her grandmother might know him then. It might be that this is one of her grandmother's what you call the pastors of the local church.
Okay. What is Granny's opinion on him?
He's a nice, sweet man.
What kind of vibes? If I'm assuming Sydney would have met him then. What kind of vibes has he given her? Does she feel the same way? Does something?
I mean, he
not
seems
fit right?
he seems mostly charming, and he hasn't really like spent a lot of time with you or anything like that. You haven't gotten a
Okay.
full read on him. Mostly you've gotten him. Well, you've gotten probably what he very much thinks is when you've seen him, he's been on, so to speak. So like
Mhm.
he's been at functions at the church where he's being the pastor, and thus is like, or the preacher or something. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm just high, a lot of glad handing, a lot of very politician-y stuff, but it's somewhat supposed to be, understandable a little bit because he's the leader of this, this congregation. So he's doing work. You've never seen him when he's not on. Like,
I would say then yes, to answer your original question. If she mentioned to her grandmother about him possibly running for office, and her grandmother made any kind of, and Granny made any kind of positive, oh, that would be a wonderful thing.
yeah, no,
Then
he's a man.
then
He would.
Sydney would want to
It,
or be helping with it.
I mean, she probably is going. He shouldn't just run for judge. He should run for mayor. Hell, he should run for president. Like that's the kind of vibe there that she would have gotten from him, really. Although
then yes, Sydney would have wanted to be part of the campaign and the push towards it.
Why aren't you?
I would say she is probably overworked as is and couldn't find somebody else to hoist, somebody else to trade with her. So
She's low on the totem pole and has all the bitch work already. Fair.
And she's accepting of that. She's not begrudging, but she couldn't find anybody yet to trade places with. So yes.
All right. So you have gotten this phone call. What are you doing?
If it's give me 5 minutes and I will be home. I didn't get the memo. I apologize. I will be there as quickly as I can.
Don't be home. Be in the office. Anyone gives you shit, you are a essential employee.
I will be there as soon as I can.
All right.
And then so she's going to haul ass home do as quick of a shower cleanup as she can do. Very little makeup.
So you're going home,
Going
getting
home
a
at this moment.
shower.
Not
and
a shower,
cleaning.
more like a like I don't know how you would say it. Just enough to like where she doesn't look like she's sweating and gross because she was in her workout clothes.
So a shower. Got it. All right.
A quick shower.
Quick shower.
Yeah.
So shower. Got it.
Still, and then she's gonna skip the makeup, pull hair up into a ponytail or a messy bun, throw on simple, nice garb like work clothes, and rush out the door with her laptop and stuff that she already has prepped because.
All right. Roll me notice. -10. -20 actually.
Oh,
You said -20.
Yes.
And this is a bit. As my computer decides to work.
All right. So how do you get to work?
Is her work within walking distance, or she normally?
Up to you. Would you live within walking distance to your work?
No, I would say she would drive.
She's driving. Okay. So you are driving. Roll me secrecy. Are you driving sedately or are you rushing?
She's driving like she normally would. She's not rushing.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
No penalty or bonus.
No penalty or bonus.
When you said secrecy?
Secrecy. So, Sydney,
Mm-hmm.
you get pulled over by the cops. Cop sort of walks out up to your car, goes like sort of gives you the hand signal to sort of roll down the window. Sort of leans against the car. He's looking down at you. Sunglasses, kind of pulls him down a little bit to just like peek his eyes over it. He's looking down at you.
She's gonna offer hands staying on the wheel. She's gonna offer him a polite smile.
All right. Miss,
Officer,
where are you going?
to work.
You know, there's a lockdown in order, right?
Yes. Yes. Is she speaking to a male or a female officer?
Male.
Okay. Yes, sir. I understand.
Uh-huh.
I'm an essential employee.
Oh, you have your essential employee paperwork?
She's going to give him a very confused look with that.
Yeah, this is something your character hasn't heard of. So yeah, no. You're supposed to be get if you're an essential employee, you're supposed to be getting a document for this. You got that on you?
I apologize. I have not received that document.
Roll me connect. And his name tag reads Officer Dental.
Dental?
Dennell. Dennel.
Okay.
Or sorry, Dennell.
Okay.
2 N's, 2 L's. 2
Ah,
E's.
but is he Officer Hot Cop?
I mean, he might be Officer Hot Cop.
Well, that would be freaking awesome.
I mean, you're not there. You don't know.
Just between me and you guys.
Neither of yous.
I'm thinking
So
of the meme where the lady's like, I thought
you
didn't
you
give
roll.
tickets, so
You're
pretty ladies.
You're 60. You're 40, and so he sort of nods and he goes, "All right, I'm gonna let you go with a warning. You need to get that paperwork if you really, are an essential employee."
Of course, Officer Dennell, I will make sure that's the first thing.
All right. Yes. All right. Carry on. He just gets back in his car. Starts working on the computer.
He said, "Carry on."
Yeah.
Okay.
You're free to go. Like you didn't do anything suspicious. He pulled you over to ask, "What the fuck were you doing?" And you're like, "I'm an essential employee." You're like, "Where's the paperwork?" He's like,
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And
you came off as believable, so he didn't jam you up. It's like, okay, this is a whole bunch of bullshit. She might not have. This might be her going in to get her paperwork. We'll just note this down. So he's just basically putting a note in. So the next time you get pulled over, if you don't have paperwork or not doing a thing, that cop's gonna be less inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, so yeah, she's gonna go to work now.
Yeah. So you drive into work. So, Sarah, as she pulls into work, what important thing just now does she notice that she missed because of her failed notice roll earlier?
I don't know. Are you asking me to come up with one, or?
Yes, I'm pitching to you what sort of complication you'd like to throw in. You could pitch it to someone else if you'd like, but I was handing the ball to you.
Gotcha. I think that the blouse she hurriedly put on has a big old coffee stain on it, and she didn't notice till she got to work.
That's fair. That's fair. So, Sydney, you're getting out, and you're finally giving that check in the mirror. Oh shoot, there's a stain on the side of the dress.
Okay. She's going to panic and look to see if she has a wrap, shawl, sweater, anything in her car. No matter what the temperature is, she's gonna look, no matter if it's a coat versus a...
Roll me status. Status is basically for having things. Keep in mind, you don't have to roll your identity. You don't have to roll your abilities here. You can roll your identities if they substitute for these things.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, now, the reason I would roll for my identity is it gives me a bonus, or what if my status is higher?
If your status is higher and you want to succeed this roll, and you think you want to go with the status, you can do that. But a failed roll on an identity means that at the end of the session, you can increase that identity's thing. Basically, it gives you experience in that identity.
All right. Let's do the identity.
All right, 40. That's a success. So yeah, no, you have a scarf or something or some other sweater in there. What? Oh, you haven't rolled yet. Oh no. Ah, 15. All right, so it's your obsession. You can either take the 15 as a success, or you can flip it to a 51 and say it's a failure.
We're gonna stay with the success for right now.
All right.
But no,
sure.
if I flip it as a failure, then she gains stuff in it.
Yes.
But
If
you
don't-
also don't get the cover up for your stain.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and let's leave it as it is. I don't want to change that.
That's fine. Yeah, no, you're able to find a sweater. It looks maybe a little off for you to have this dress and a sweater in there, but it's definitely going to hide the stain.
It's gonna be better than a coffee.
Yeah, it's better than a coffee stain and arriving really late. So you,
Some people have a meeting at 6:15 in the freaking morning.
I mean, important people.
With jerk bosses.
Jerk
Yeah.
bosses.
People
That's
never
people that have
sleep.
it at 6:15 in the morning. No.
Welcome to the Bellwether Group. Did you like
Yep.
sleep? It's a thing of the past.
Yep.
Oh, that audio is so good. I thought it was coming from my house.
No. So yeah, you walk in, and you can hear the sounds of other people in the office typing away, and then you sort of see your boss and several other people in a meeting room through a glass door, and as you see them, he sort of looks at you, and just sort of eyes tracking you as you're, walking on in, and you can see the empty chair sitting right next to him. As everyone else is in the office, there's a few people standing.
So yeah, she's gonna not even really take time to put her bag down. She's gonna go straight into the meeting. If it is something she would normally have done if it was later, if it's something where she would be better off not going into the meeting and interrupting, she would not do so.
Oh no! If you stall, he basically gives you the come here finger,
Okay.
So you walk in, he's like, Miss McDonall, have a seat. So good of you to join us. We were just talking about you.
She's
So-
gonna have a tight-lipped smile and take her.
As you all know, this lockdown is, well, something of an inconvenience. But we're all going to get through it. The bigger issue is that Miss Gertzen, who was heading up the restoration group, appears to have caught whatever this is. At least that's what she's saying. So, we're going to need to shift some people around. McDonall, what are you working on?
I'm just finishing up the files from, and she's gonna list off 3 different cases that she's been handed paperwork for.
Great. You hand that to Peters. You're now on the restoration.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. And McDonall, don't mess this up.
She's just gonna give him a silent one.
So, anything you want to say, need, ask, anything like that?
Are you asking Sydney or me?
Sydney. The boss is asking Sydney, do you need anything?
I need 5 minutes with this document to see how far she has gotten, and then I will have a list within the hour of what we'll need to finish what was started.
Great. Keep us in the loop. Anything else?
She's gonna shake her head.
Then why are you still here? Go.
Sydney grabs the document, the folders. Is it like a whole like docket of stuff, or is
Oh
this
no,
like
he hasn't handed you anything.
Okay.
He's just said you are on this case.
Okay.
And you
so
said
she's
I
going...
need. Yeah, I need to. You asked to review the files. He has basically made some things that you will be allowed to review the files, and then you said you're going to get back to him within the hour, and then he asked you if there's anything else, and you said
Okay.
no, and then he said get the fuck out.
Okay. So she's gonna pick her bag up and shrug her sweater back up on her shoulder because I'm sure it fell off at some point, and head to her desk in the corner.
And so then he goes to
and
McDonall. Oh, as she stands, yeah, okay.
She's going to look back at him and shake her head.
Just shake her head at him.
Look at her head and open. Sorry, she's gonna look at him, open her mouth as if she's gonna say something, and then shake her head a little bit as if she changed her mind.
You have something to say?
She simply had a question, but that can come at our next meeting.
What's the question?
Are we? Do we have paperwork for coming into the office every day, so that we are not pulled over or anything like that?
He goes and he reaches down into a file and he pulls out paperwork and he throws it at you, and you notice everyone else has it. If you've been here on time.
She picks up the scattered pages, of course is red from the embarrassment, nods, grabs her stuff, and starts to head out.
Oh, McDonall!
Yes.
Don't fuck it up.
RuPaul.
She's just gonna give him a silent nod with a tight lip smile.
Alright, so you
and
are...
go to her little cubicle in the corner.
Sure.
You made him such a dick.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's almost like he's severely pissed. She's this late.
What was his name again?
Bennett Bryce.
Bennett. Okay, thank you. First thing she's gonna do is go check her email for that damn memo she missed, because she's pissed that she missed it.
It was sent at like 4 a.m. saying that there's an emergency meeting, all hands on deck, everyone needs to be in at 6.
At the sight of it, she's just gonna kind of silently let her head drop to her desk for a moment before she gets to work and starts reviewing the files.
Yeah. Right, so yeah, you start reviewing the files, and you as you start looking over it, you see it's a well, it's basically just a
That lady
The
laughing
document
at
she's
you.
looking for. She's looking for like how many people she can have help her on it. She's looking for exactly what the full project is, like details of the project, so that she can what's the word I'm looking for? So she can relearn, like remember the what was going on with the project, all of those different things.
All right, so yeah, Gertzwin had some budget. Emily, she hasn't started doing anything, but she has a substantial budget for refabbing this site. And you see on her calendar, today she was going to go look at the site
Okay.
to get an assessment on it. In fact, you have no information about the state that this thing is in, save for
Okay.
the fact that it's territory. It's a building already owned by the Bellwether Group
Okay.
that's trying to be refabbed so it can be sort of public service given back to the community. It looks good for us, looks good for other people. Maybe several PR things. But
Okay, she's also going to look and make sure there are no expenditures already happened that have cut into the budget she has available to her.
Roll me notice.
Gear 2 at this point. Maybe that works. Tell her. I'm gonna go ahead.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it looks like there have been some expenditures on the account for various materials and things.
For this project?
For this project, yeah.
Okay.
It looks about like a maybe a tenth of the budget has already been allocated for things. Maybe
Has
a
already
little
been
more.
allocated, or has already
Yeah.
actually been spent?
Oh yeah, spent. Like things. It says it's like 10% of the budget is gone.
Okay, so she's gonna mark an extra 5% off of that, just so that she knows, just so that there's extra play money, in case something happens. So she's gonna say 15% of the budget is gone, and she's gonna make sure there's nothing else that needs to be done in terms of this before she schedules the. She goes to look at the building. Before she would go to leave, she's gonna make sure all of her paperwork is in order. If anything needs to be signed.
Oh yeah, sure.
for her.
Yeah. No, looking through this, you can see that it's already been put up on for what's it called? What part of the expenditures apparently looks like it's already been put up for a sort of community service project. Basically, it's been put out there so that people could volunteer to work instead of hiring people. Miss Gertzen has apparently said, we can get community members to do this.
Okay.
That way, doesn't have to pay someone,
Okay. And Sydney's gonna kind of think that was a very intelligent thing to do. And Sydney's also going to make sure that all of her essential employee paperwork is filled out, complete, organized, sorted. She's going to find a file folder for it, and then it's going to go into her satchel with her stuff that she carries everywhere with her.
Sure.
And then once she gets all of that sorted and figured out, I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything that she would need to. she's gonna have make sure make lists of everything and as close to what she has with as much information as she has, and then she's going to go to her boss within the hour if he's not busy. Even if he is busy, she's gonna wait for him.
It looks like he is there and he's doing things. He sort of sees you. He sort of he's like on a phone call, and you see him just kind of wave you in as he sort of puts the phone down a little bit, like probably he's on hold or something.
She'll have her laptop tablet in one thing that she carries with her everywhere. She'll have the tablet. It's her personal one. I'm sure whether or not work provided one's another story.
Yeah.
But it's she'll show him the list of things. And the first thing on the list is to go see the assignment. She goes, I can't allocate any more for the budget that's available until I know what we're working with.
Okay. Why are you here then? He said you get it to me in an hour. No, I'm still here. One second. He's like, get it done. Just sort of like you said within the hour. Sort of shoos you on away. Apparently, whatever it is here that you were trying to tell him, he was expecting. Yeah, it's within the hour, but he doesn't seem pleased with it.
Okay, so as soon as she's got that done, she let him know that part. So now she's going to go see the site with her paperwork in hand and everything. Sure.
All right. Is there anyone else that you would want to reach out to for this, Miss Sydney McDonall?
To see the place. So she would have reached out to whoever Gertrude was reaching out to regarding viewing the site, because she's got to get keys and got to get entrance into the place.
You should have keys. It's owned by the company. It's literally going to the company's own property.
Well, then she will sign out the keys wherever she would normally do so. Sure. I'm sure they have to be signed out and it wouldn't just be taken. Especially by somebody on the totem pole where she
You go to there is a secretary, Lilith Masterson. She's out there. Goes by Lily. A lot of times she's like, "Hi, Sydney, how you doing?"
I'm severely undercaffeinated, but doing well. Other than that,
I mean, if you were a little late last night. We're getting, was there, long night or something,
The one day I don't check my email before I go for a run.
Oh.
Yeah.
So nothing fun, just.
Unfortunately, I don't have time for a whole lot of fun.
That's boring. You should make some more time for more fun. I mean, look, we've got this, plague thing happening. Now's the time to cut back, live a little. We could all be dead.
We could, but today is not a day to cut back. I just need the keys for the property that I'm working with now, if that's okay. But maybe we can do some tea or something soon.
I thought I sent them to Gertzwin.
She is out sick.
Ah.
Is there any chance you have a spare?
I have a few of them. She sort of digs through and gets the box, and she sort of hands you a box. I think these were the leftover ones.
For the site?
Yeah. From what I hear, it's pretty old. Some of those keys are weird.
Sydney will take whatever is left if they're all for the site. She'll put them into a little bag of some kind, Ziploc bag, tote bag, if they're not on a key ring.
Yeah, and she's like, there's that one there, and she points them out. That one will unlock the gate.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lily.
All right. Okay. Just make sure you lock it up when it's done.
Definitely will do. We don't need to make this any harder than necessary.
Sure.
Thank you again. And she's gonna take the keys and make sure she kind of notes which key is the gate key.
That's
Head out
fine.
to her
All right.
car, double checking to make sure she has all of our stuff, make sure her paperwork is in order.
Yeah. No, you think you have everything.
She'll also so she'll head out to the site, the address. She'll put the address in her GPS if she doesn't know where it is.
All right.
And then of course have that on a dash thing. She won't have it in her hand. She'll drive like she's supposed to and head out to the site.
So is there anyone that you would want to reach out to for help with this?
While she is driving, it's like what, 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it's fairly ass crack o'clock in the morning.
Anybody who is not within her company, no, she's not going to reach out to them for a little bit because it's too early. When she gets to the site, if that, depending how far is the site or the estimated drive for the site?
I mean, it's gonna be a few minutes, like drive, through the city. Particularly if you're going slow and being careful, and possibly
she's
being
driving
stopped
like
by
normal.
police.
Yeah, she's not driving like a crazy person. She's driving as if she's not worried about being pulled over.
Yeah.
So she's driving like she normally would.
Yeah. Now, it's likely that you have a few cops who stop you, and you throw out paperwork and say you're going to this thing, you're an essential employee, and they're just, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, it's,
Yeah, she's I'm here for work. Thank you. She keeps the paperwork will be easily accessible.
Yeah, no, you now have all the paperwork for the site where you're going. It's like, well, I work for this company. Here's a badge. Yeah. Here's my essential employee paperwork. We're working on a site over here, and I need to go check it for these things like that. Blah 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 blah. And the cops are just gonna go, okay, just go.
And then she's at some point, if it reaches like 7:30, she may call her grandmother to see if she knows anything about the site, since it's been around in the town for a while.
All right, so we're going to pause with you for a second. All right, so
if you enjoy the video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.